Hello and welcome to the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast. Joining you as always is myself, Matt.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Russell.
And together we are I should have looked this up before we started.
Bunch of idiots.
Well, yeah, that's true. I was going for what's the term for a bunch of pigeons?
Like a
Would it
group
not
of
be
pigeons.
a flock?
I don't know. I mean,
'cause-
maybe.
Because, like, a bunch of crows is a murder of crows.
And like a gaggle of geese.
It's a flight of pigeons.
That's lame.
Or a flock. Or a kit.
A kit? Oh, a kit.
Yeah.
Should be like
What
a.
about What?
I see Russell's audio is going to be great tonight.
Oh, great.
What was that, Russell?
Well,
Oh,
All right,
God.
we're going to stop recording and we're going to try this again later. Well, I don't think you're interesting conversation. Hello, welcome to the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast, take 2. We fucked it up the first time and we had to start over and try again because somebody's internet is garbage. I'm Matt, joining you as always.
I'm Emily.
and I'm Russell.
And we still don't have an intro tagline, and it doesn't sound like we're going to get one anytime soon because I can't think of anything funny to say at the beginning of these episodes.
That was my attempt at a pigeon noise. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's good. We just start every podcast with like 3 solid minutes of pigeon calls.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Emily,
then
what
we
is?
poop on local landmarks?
Yep. Oh, that should be. That's a good. Here, let me get my notebook out here. I like that. There's something there. I think pooping on local landmarks.
Is that a portion of the show where we find like vaguely racist monuments and then we rip them apart verbally?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I
Okay.
was thinking
Like a
more of like we went
metaphorical pooping.
and like pooped on things, but I mean that.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess that makes more
Well, we
sense.
could then proceed to go poop on the racist monuments.
So I've been very busy today. I haven't had. I told you guys before recording that it's on your shoulders today to carry this bad boy because I have not prepared even a little bit. All of my mental energy, the last couple of days has been going into trying to get all this stuff ready for our grand reveal or our grand launch or our rebranding or whatever you call it. I've been making YouTube banners. I've been doing design work. We had a big long 2-day argument over the name of the podcast, the name of our like YouTube channel.
It was more or less an argument and more nobody being able to come up with anything that good.
Well, that's true. Well,
We
it's
did have a better idea for a podcast name, but it's
We-
been taken by 2 guys who probably aren't gonna do anything past quarantine.
that's yeah.
With
We
it.
did. I came up with a name that I thought for like the YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has been extant up to this point. We have other stuff that we make, which maybe you know if you watch some of our stuff, and maybe you don't. If you don't, you can go to youtube.com and you can look for Unstoppable Pigeon and find our YouTube channel. Spoiler alert: that's the resolution of the discussion. But it was named something else, and we decided we needed to change it as the D&D show that Russell and I have been doing for the past year. Is now not really the only content that we do anymore. So we've, we're adding the Pigeon podcast. We are, I have a series called Getting to Know You that I've been doing. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we've got in the works, and it all boiled down to the fact that our original YouTube channel didn't make sense for,
To be.
didn't make sense for it to be. That's exactly what I was trying
Yep.
to say. Could not have put it more
It
articulately.
makes sense for it to be.
I said for what is to be.
Oh, for what is to be. Yeah, for what is to be, it was not
I was just cutting you off from a tantrum or a ramble.
a tantrum.
But more
or a ramble.
importantly, I've never seen that man not in his driveway.
That's right. But we've settled on Unstoppable Pigeon as the name of our YouTube channel in honor of this podcast. And also in honor of the fact that the good name that I came up with has indeed been claimed by two dudes who sound like they're probably like 18, 19 years old, and decided to make a YouTube channel and a podcast because they're bored. So claimed the name 3 weeks ago and released 2 episodes of a really terrible podcast, which
which is about what the same as
which
what
is
we would do.
well, so I was gonna that's where I was gonna say was is frankly is how dare they, because making a shitty garbage podcast during quarantine because they're bored, and putting it on YouTube is what we're doing, and how dare they beat us to the punch.
They probably have more listeners than us.
I'll
Right
tell
now
you
we
what,
have
the
0.
the analytics weren't looking good when I checked out their their site. We do have 0.
You have to upload podcast episodes to have any listeners, so I can guarantee you they have more than us.
That's true. Well, we've been for our dear listeners in the future, we've been stockpiling a handful of episodes before we start releasing, just so that we have a little bit of a runway. And let's be honest, even what does go out, the world is not going to get all of the ones we recorded, because we needed to take a couple practice whacks at this before putting anything out into the world. You can imagine if like this is what we did decide was good enough to put out. Like, imagine how the stuff we held back sounds. Welcome to the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast. I'm happy to be here, and as I said, I prepared nothing for tonight because I've been doing a lot of drawing, and a lot of preparation. We have a sweet logo, for our podcast, for our YouTube channel. We had several back and forth discussions about the inclusion of derpy eyes on the picture of a cartoon pigeon this afternoon. But I'm pretty happy with the results. I think it came out good, so it'll be hopefully
derpy eyes won.
The derpy eyes. It looked a little. It didn't really sell the heart and soul of what the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast brings to the table without the without.
It was too serious. Without derpy eyes.
Yeah.
It would be mistaken as a dove.
It could be mistaken as a dove. And those eyes, I think they really seem to say, like, I've seen all there is to see in the world. A bow tie?
I think the pigeon needs a bow tie. Just to bring a little class.
Maybe for, like, our holiday episodes, or, like, when we have, like, a formal event, we can, like, add a bow tie to the pigeon. Or, like, at Christmas, he gets a Santa hat.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. I'm unstoppable, and I look good while I'm doing it. Okay, well, I've got nothing. I'm totally tapped, you guys, so just entertain me and the world for tonight. What do you got?
All right, I got something, and Emily's got something. Who wants to go first?
We teased mine last week, so I'll go.
Okay.
This is the triumphant return of last week's.
Yes.
I don't remember what it is, so I will be just as excited as the audience.
It's about this new popular trend where, if you know me well enough, you probably know I haven't taken part in it, but it's just because I didn't know how
Cage
to
fighting.
properly.
Yeah.
I turned to the internet.
No, she said if you don't know her well enough, you would think she hadn't. So, I mean, you think you do know her well enough that she is a force to be reckoned with in a bare knuckle cage fight.
Killed a man in the ring.
But so, like I was saying, this is a popular trend on social media.
Okay.
And I just didn't...
Virtue signaling. Sorry, I can't. I have to stop interrupting.
Yeah. You keep throwing me off really badly.
Okay, I won't interrupt anymore.
But it is about getting the best Belfie, where if you don't know what that means, it means a butt selfie.
Oh, okay.
So
now I remember.
This is an important trend that Cosmopolitan apparently feels women need to know how to do. So we're going
Which right then and there is sexist, because men probably want to have good Belfies too. Why would you?
I mean, you would think so.
Which brings us to what we're doing here and now.
Exactly. I think that it's important all three of us know how to take the proper Belfie.
I think the word Belfie just really makes me question what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah.
Whenever I say Belfie, I just vaguely feel like I should jump into a volcano.
It's like this. It's almost like the equivalent of when you go to a restaurant and they have some sort of a theme or a shtick. So half the items on their menu have like dumbass cutesy-fied names. We were like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to order Dolly Parton's rootin' tootin' hot
Yeah.
wings. Like I'm gonna feel like an asshole if I have to say that to another human being.
I have a good friend from high school that we every couple of months, not now during quarantine, but we'll get dinner, and she really likes to go to Red Robin. And the one thing that I really like at Red Robin is they do buffalo chicken tenders, but they call them Cluxon fries, buffalo style. And every time, she gets to watch a little part of me die as I order Cluxon fries at a Red Robin, which I think why she keeps picking Red Robin.
Oh, because you die when you order the fries.
Yes,
So
yeah.
she likes
Clucks
the
and
names.
fries. Yeah.
Clucks and fries.
That's chicken tenders and fries.
I
Clucks
see.
and fries.
That's a little morbid. Like, hey, in case you forgot that this is a sentient being that we murdered and deep fried for you to eat, here's the noise it makes.
Yeah. Yeah, the menu, it's not Moo Burger. Give me a Moo Burger.
Did you
Here's
know
the
that
noise
Red
it
Robin?
With extra oink oink.
I'm on the Red Robin website right now, and the Red Robin website has a section called Alcohol to Go, which is not a thing that I knew that you could do at restaurants. Maybe I'm just ignorant, but you can just buy like straight up bottles of wine, and
Maybe that's
like,
not
beer.
for this state.
Find out.
Might be
Let's
might
find
be
out.
some other
You
states.
didn't know you can do that?
I've never heard of that before.
You can get bottles of things to go.
From like a sit down restaurant.
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe
I
it's
never
not
heard of
maybe it's not a Jersey
This is
thing.
because your parents don't drink.
Sometimes we wish they would.
that.
Okay, away from Red Robin and back to the Belfies.
Yeah. So there are 5 steps to getting the perfect butt selfie.
That's too many.
And I want to see if you guys can come up with your own steps.
I tried
and
last time and it went bad.
You can use those. I believe you said lift and separate.
Yeah, I'll stick with lift, not necessarily separate.
Yeah. I think if you were going to stick with one, you're making
Yeah, Russell had a different. That was a different Cosmo article. It was
Yeah.
one step to taking a photo of your exposed anus.
That is not a social media trend as of yet.
Just wait, 2020 is not over.
But you can this is a chance for you guys to earn pigeon points.
Okay.
So however many, and I know Matthew, I think he's probably going to go a little bit off book because he doesn't care about pigeon points. But if you want to care about pigeon points, you can earn up to 5.
Okay. There's only there's only so many serious answers I can give
Yeah.
before I give up.
From our local Red Robin, you can order a bottle of Barefoot Refresh Moscato Spritzer for $10. That's only 80 calories.
We're not sponsored by Red Robin.
We
Shut
could
up
be.
about Red Robin.
Could be.
What is
so
the quantity in that spritzer?
it's like a bottle. It's a bottle of wine.
Oh, okay.
Tune
I
in
was
next
gonna
week when we
say-
become the
Oh,
Unstoppable Robin.
It's
podcast.
80. I see. It's 80 calories, but it's
per serving.
it's 80 calories per serving.
And there's 8,000 servings.
There's 6 servings in a bottle. So realistically, you can get Barefoot Refresh Moscato Spritzer from Red Robin for $10, and it's 480 calories because you will be consuming all 6 servings by yourself because you are
Alone
a person.
in your garage.
Yeah, you are a person who has ordered a bottle of wine from
Red Robin.
a chain burger restaurant.
The only thing that's sadder than that, I think, is ordering booze by the bottle from Applebee's.
Yeah.
That's the only thing sadder.
Oh, I think they just
Go
like.
to the liquor store.
I think and I'll check to confirm this, but I actually think if you go to the Applebee's website and you go through this process where you try to order wine by the bottle from Applebee's, when you
Gives you a link to the suicide.
yeah, I was gonna say
hotline.
when you click on the link to go to that section of the menu, it just auto forwards you to the mental health hotline.
Yeah.
Or somebody just calls your house and hey, are you okay, buddy? So what are we doing here? Where each of us are coming up with our own 5 steps?
Yeah, and then I'm
Or are we
going to tell
coming
you
up
what
with?
the actual 5 steps are.
Okay,
So
I have
wait.
And
I
then
have
we can
2.
discuss them.
I'm still
I have
confused
2
about
right
the
off the
rules.
bat.
I was reading Red Robin menus.
Yeah, I know.
So Russell
we're
is
just-
coming up with 5, and I'm coming up with 5, or we're coming up with 5 together.
Whatever you want to do.
I think our own 5, so we can each earn our own pigeon points.
Right. I mean, you're going to earn the same amount of pigeon points if you present the same 5 to me.
But yeah,
Okay.
but what I'm hearing is I have to come up with. Can I copy some of his ideas if he comes up with one that I think is the right idea?
That's not for me to say. That's
I think that's
Russell.
fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a list here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're not going to get them
5.
anyway, so it's fine.
Okay, I think I have 2. I'm
Okay.
gonna stick with lift.
Okay.
Okay, I definitely think one of them is definitely angle, like the
Okay.
angle you're taking the picture from, not the angle of said
Okay.
buttocks.
Okay.
Clench. I want to say
Clench?
Clench.
Oh, clench. Oh.
Yeah,
Like, what are you pledging to?
yeah. I pledge allegiance to my hands.
Oh my god. Alright, so you're saying clench
Yeah, clench,
and angle.
lift, and angle. That's my
Okay, so
3.
you have 3.
Yeah, I'll let Matt come up with some.
Well, some of mine. These are more like. This is more like in preparation of taking the perfect Belfie, because you can't just no amount of lighting or angles or space age technology, high concept hot pants are gonna help you if you don't put in a little bit of work ahead of time. So step 1 is
Don't have a fat ass.
is gotta be similar in vein to Clench. Step 1 has gotta be the instituting of a daily regiment of cheek pickups.
Which I was gonna say it would be squats. Would be the exercise you would do.
Well,
between
it's similar to squat. It does
Your
incorporate a
bottoms.
squat because you have to squat down to initiate the pickup, and this is just an exercise you can do at home, like pretty much at any point throughout the day. You just you're on your way to get a snack from the fridge. You can kind of throw it in there, and this is you just take a small household object like maybe a mug or a TV remote or like an egg if you want to be really bold, and you're gonna put it on the ground, and you just get over that bad boy and kind of straddle, and you're gonna go ahead and squat down and firmly grasp whatever that object is between your cheeks, and then lift it to a standing position
Okay.
before
Yeah, 'cause
putting it
then
down on the ground.
At the end of that, the perfect Belfie is when you're then able to take the photo with your butt cheeks.
Yeah, that's right.
You pick up the phone and take the photo of your
my
butt, and that's the
God.
perfect Belfie.
So that is step 1.
That's a very long step.
Yeah, well, you do that for about 4 to 6 weeks to really build up those muscles and build up the strength and the tone in that hindquarter, in that badonk, as they say. I don't know who they are, but I've heard it.
Mhm.
And then I think you're gonna want to. I do think it is all about. It is all about the pant wear.
Okay.
I think pant wear is an important step in the perfect Belfie. I don't think anybody is taking a great Belfie while wearing like their super
me.
high-waisted mom jeans or like a
Don't
pair of
discriminate the mom
like a pair of
jeans.
sweatpants with
I was
like
gonna say, if anything, mom jeans work for trying to take a Belfie.
no, that's not true. That's incorrect.
I think it just depends on the mom pant.
America has been lied to that high-waisted jeans look good on anybody, and it is a conspiracy started by Dale Levi and his jeans company in order to overcharge for jeans by incorporating more unnecessary denim into their construction than is required for a pair of jeans.
Dale Levi.
Yeah, that's. I assume that's what his name is.
And his partner Ricky Strauss.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any
I
other?
I completely lost my train. Where I don't know where was I going with it. No, you got to get like. I would bet any amount of money that if you just Googled like butt enhancing workout pants,
Mhm.
there's like a whole market of like butt
I imagine
pants.
it's just yoga pants.
Yeah, no,
Right.
but there's definitely like athletic pants that are like their whole
There's
point is
also
like
definitely like leggings and pants with like butt
Padding.
padding in them.
Yeah,
That's a
for
thing.
sure.
that seems like cheating. That's like
Yeah,
the
you're disqualified
Belfie-
from the Belfie Olympics.
yeah,
if
the
you use
Belfie
that.
That's
board
not an
of
honest
board of
Belfie.
ethics comes after you and they like test your urine and feel the back of your pants.
And then if you fail, they
No,
just
they
chop your
take-
ass right off, and you don't
And
get to
they
have an
take
ass anymore.
X-rays of your buttocks to see if you have implants.
Are
Yep.
implants?
That was like a thing
a
on
thing.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where people were like claiming that Kim Kardashian's butt was fake, so she got X-rays of her butt taken.
Well,
to
yeah,
prove
but
that
like
there were no
she could just—it's
implants.
on a TV show. She could just fake the X-rays.
Yeah.
She's on her TV show.
Uh-oh.
Wasn't like
I don't think
Anderson.
they
Wasn't
showed
like
the
Anderson Cooper was
X-rays.
like, I'm gonna find out if she has butt implants. Like she's like, I'm gonna put this on my own show. I don't trust that. Fake news.
All right, so go on, Matthew.
Okay, so
So yeah,
step one was
pants wear and daily workout regimen.
step
for
one
butt.
was butt lifts, butt pickups.
Mhm.
Step two was pants.
Okay.
If you want my real take on what I think some of these steps are, I'm fairly certain it's going to have something to do with you put like one leg in front of the other leg and then like kind of bend that leg out while turning your hips slightly to the side so that your butt sort of like 3/4 profile points at the camera. I think that is either one step or that is several of the steps in this process.
That's one of my that's on
Which
my
is
list.
like
I would say
it's like
pose.
leg
Specific
leg
pose
lean
is-
project.
the pose is
Lighting
So I think-
is probably important.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I have my five. My five are clench, angle, lift, lighting, and pose.
Lift, lighting. Okay.
I had
And
lighting written
Matthew?
down.
Let me. I'm relisting my.
I have the workout, pant wear, posing, lighting.
And with lighting, I'm also including any variation of that, like shadowing, like shit like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything that is actual to do with the actual light.
Okay, so I have pants, lighting, angle, pose. And I'm gonna adjust my my golf ball pickups, my household item pickup with something similar, but that I think is actually maybe closer. And I think that is before you take your butt selfie, they want you to do like 3 sets of like 40 seconds of like wall sits.
Okay.
So you get like a you get like a pump, you know? Like that pre.
Throw something out there. I just had an idea
Okay.
that sounds so ridiculous, but it could be one of those things.
Yeah.
I think possibly one of the steps is to like lean up against a wall and be upside down so that like everything like is working for you, and then you take the photo and flip it around.
So step 1 is you empty out a room in your house and then you put all of the furniture back in it, but you nail it to the ceiling so that you have an upside down room, and then you flip upside down, but it looks like you're in a normal room the right way up.
Well, I imagine a butt selfie is just pretty much like the butt and nothing else.
Oh, you don't think like background scenery is
Not
important
much.
to a
I
good
think
butt
it's
selfie?
like it's like essentially just like the back of you with your butt, and there's not much background.
Can you hire a butt double to take a picture of their butt and pretend that it's your butt? Can you do that?
You could just go to Google at that point.
Okay, step 1, open Google.
Google. Or you just get
Google.
step 4, Scotch tape. Just Scotch tape the butt up. That's part of lift.
Oh, they do have
Okay.
those. I've seen those for like your
Butt
neck,
tape.
your neck
No.
gullet, where they put it in your you put it under your neck and then like tape it behind your head to like.
I'm gonna
make your
include butt
chin.
tape in lift.
All right,
I
butt
was
tape.
part of-
okay, butt tape is
I
in
was
lift.
going to ask a follow-up question for Russell, like how exactly do you lift the butt?
It's a complicated series of levers and pulleys. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Like,
Like
are your
lift.
hands lifting your own butt while you take the
Well, that's
Belfie?
part of it. Like if you,
Okay.
like you want to like angle yourself so that your butt is like lifted properly, and I think that's part of pose.
And that's
as
also
well.
probably part of being upside down because
Yeah,
gravity.
it's all because you got gravity working in the opposite direction, so you got like perkier cheeks.
Okay, I think Russell somehow has more than 5 steps, but
Well, I have it's clench,
It's like
angle, lift, lighting, and pose, and weird stuff like be upside down is
is
part
it
of
the pose
is
section
part of-
and lift?
that's covered by pose and lift.
Okay.
Same with the butt
So
tape.
some
The butt tape is
crossover,
covered
yeah.
in lift.
And then Matt, I have daily workout regimen, pant wear posing, lighting, and Google.
No, I have pants,
Or find a double.
pants,
Find a
lighting,
butt
Or
double.
just Photoshop
Angle.
at that point.
pants, lighting, angle, pose, pre-Belfie pump. Those are my 5. Those are my 5 that
Okay.
I'm going with.
So I am awarding. Are you ready?
Okay.
Yes.
2 pigeon points to Russell
Okay.
and 3 pigeon points to Matthew.
Yeah!
I
Fuck
figured
yeah!
the work is it lighting and pose the
So-
two?
I'm going to give light and pose the points and pant wear for Matthew 1.
Okay, pant
So
wear
that's
was-
where his extra comes in.
So angle was
you're-
not
I
part of
figured
it.
that was a given.
Yeah. And we're not a place of fake news here, so I will tell you what the actual steps are.
Alrighty, I'm ready.
The
Hang on,
first
wait.
one-
Let me get my pen.
Yeah.
I need to write this down. Okay.
Take notes. We'll be doing this later.
Okay.
Number
I'll be doing the first one that started with lift and separate.
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to see the results of that.
Neither do I.
Number 1, get inspired.
Oh, fuck off!
Look to
Fuck,
just sit
models-
around,
Fuck you,
just, sit,
Cosmo.
just sit around your house going, my ass. Yeah. You look
No,
at a
you're
tree that's
supposed to
vaguely
do it.
thick and you're like, yeah.
Go onto social media, look at models that inspire you, and see what their accounts look like.
Step 1.
That would be
look
like-
at how their ass
That
is.
would have been like that's like saying like how to take a great picture. Step 1, embrace the day. fuck you, Cosmo.
You gotta find inspiration. You gotta look. What are they wearing?
Alright.
How are they posing? Who are they? What is their figure? Like, is your
Okay.
figure like theirs?
Get inspired.
You gotta
alright.
see what compliments you.
I've
Okay?
looked at my Kim Kardashian pictures. I don't believe the fake news that she's got a fake butt. I am inspired and I'm ready to go. Step 2. What do we got?
Step 2. Reap the benefits of your phone.
What does that even mean?
So phones are versatile. You can use different filters, change the background with filters. They're handheld so they can be easy. You can also get a stand for them and use a timer, whatever works best for you. And this is also where lighting comes into play because they also suggested that if you want, you can get a ring light.
To take a photo of your ass. Seems like a
Take a
lot
photo
of
of your butt,
expense.
So far
It's
we
important.
are 2 out of 5 steps down, and Cosmo has
Bit of
come up with
nonsense.
step 1, feel like taking a picture of your ass, and step 2, get your phone.
Yeah,
Okay,
get your
proceed.
phone.
What do we got next?
Understand how your phone works.
Step 3, consider your apparel. Wear whatever makes you feel sexiest.
That makes sense.
All right. Step 4.
It's also incorrect. That is not an objective rule to how to take an improved Belfie. That's just
Yeah, you might feel sexiest in your Scooby-Doo Halloween costume, but that's not going to make your
Yeah.
ass look good.
right. All right. So far they've offered us nothing of any help.
Step 4, know the poses.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah.
So they gave a couple examples, and I'll read through them and just kind of try and follow along with me.
Okay, hang on, wait. I have to stand up.
You
So
can do
yeah,
it
I'm gonna stand up.
yourself right now if you want.
Do you believe I'm? You can probably hear me mess with my microphone. All right, I'm standing now.
Okay.
Okay.
So you position your hips away from the mirror, assuming that there's a mirror, I guess, in this
So
process.
stand. Don't put your ass to the mirror. Got it.
Twist your upper body towards the camera.
Okay, so you can see what you're doing.
Okay.
Get your booty front and center and take the shot. And then the other one that they suggested
That's not even
is
a pose. That's just telling you how to physically take a picture of your own ass.
That doesn't even make any sense because if they told you to not face your hips at the camera and then they told you to face your ass at the camera, what like and your upper body is like, as far as I can tell based on these instructions, they've asked me to make like 3 individual points of turning on my torso, and I am not capable of doing that as a human being.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right, proceed.
Okay, so the other option, I'm trying to think. So if your hips away from the mirror, and then you twist your upper body.
I interpreted that.
I think you're tilting the hips forward and twisting.
Are you
your body.
directly facing backwards?
I
from
interpreted
the mirror?
I interpreted face your hips away from the mirror as like you're standing like sideways to start with. Like you start.
I think you're actually starting completely like 180 from the mirror.
Yeah, with it directly behind you. Yeah, I think tilt your hips means like tilt them forward.
Oh, so they're telling you. So they're telling you to face away from the mirror and then like look back over your own shoulder.
And then twist, yeah, I think, and then twist your body towards the camera, which I'm assuming is at the mirror, like near the mirror.
Okay.
And then get your booty front and center.
Why isn't use a mirror? Why isn't like have a friend willing to take a picture of your ass?
Would you have a friend willing to take a picture of your ass?
Well, I can tell you in no uncertain terms that the two of us are going to be doing this after we stop recording tonight. So, what kind of tips does Cosmo have for having your wife take a picture of your ass so that it looks good?
I was going to say, can you clarify which two of us are going to be doing this?
Well, yeah. Well, obviously you and I didn't mean like we're gonna finish recording and be like, all right, honey, I'm going out. I'm gonna go find Russell so we can take some ass pictures.
I didn't know if like the two of you were going to be doing it individually.
Stay tuned for the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast calendar coming in 2021.
Every other month is Russell and every other month is you.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just the same photo.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, you have to have like apparel that matches the like month. It can be the same photo, but you have to like Photoshop whatever you're wearing.
You see, I have no problem with like somebody else taking a picture of my ass if I'm like clothed. Like if you're like trying to send like a nude ass photo, that's different.
No, I mean this is a family-friendly podcast.
Is it? I'm pretty sure we started this episode saying we fucked it up.
Okay, I
did say fuck within like 8 seconds of starting the recording this week.
Maybe certain families, maybe our family.
True. All right. So then the other option, the other like suggested position was you bend over. So you're okay. So it's not family friendly. So that your butt is over your phone.
What? Wait, you put your phone you put your phone on the ground, and then you're just sort of like hovering.
I think that you bend over and like maybe you put your phone between your legs. I don't know.
This sounds like it was written by somebody with like a fetish where like they're a toilet and they're just trying to get people to take pictures that will fulfill their weird toilet fetish. Because that's what the photo that you're describing me sounds like. It sounds like it is taken from the perspective of like a toilet bowl or like the seat of a chair where somebody's about to sit on you.
I would think that this was written by somebody who had A, only has a vague understanding of the human body, and B, doesn't know what a phone is.
Okay. I can't confirm that.
Yeah, they tried to cover it up. They were like step 2, use that phone. You know, like humans do with the buttons that it has and the features and the filter.
Step 1. Step
Zoom.
1.
Yeah, phone.
Step 1. Expand phalanges. Grasp phone with phalanges. What?
What is? Oh, so what are we doing after we're assuming dump position over our cell phone?
You haven't shattered your phone or accidentally
How was the
taken a shit
position?
on
You
it.
bend over so that your phone.
Oh, that's it. That's the whole
bend over your
pose.
phone. Yes.
Bend over so that your butt is. I don't know.
And
Do they have like? Are there like
modifications.
example photos here?
There were in the article. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like I said.
I think
don't
I think
wanna-
our tips were better than that.
Yeah.
Because half of that was just like mumbo jumbo bullshit of like feel the selfie,
Yeah.
be in your body.
And then some modifications that they said are optional.
Butt tape.
You can pop a foot
Pop a foot.
I said pop a foot. That was part of one of my
counted that
things.
in pose.
and look over your shoulder.
I don't think we include that in our original one, but we did get there at some
No.
point. All right.
And then
Well.
are you ready for the last step?
Oh, I didn't know there was another step. Okay.
Yeah, you were never going to get this one. Wait for endorsement deals.
Well, good night, folks. This has been the Unstoppable Pigeon Podcast.
Yeah.
And what's the fucking point anymore?
Yep.
Well, these are the things that society tells women are in fact important.
So let me get
it's
this.
also important for men.
Let me get this correct. The 5 steps to taking the perfect Belfie. None of them actually had anything to do with how to take a picture of your butt.
I
guess I
it's
can-
with the understanding that like you know how to take a selfie, so you're just doing it with your body
I
backwards.
guess.
They
I feel like none of
gave-
that. That was like the only advice they gave was like how anybody would obviously think to take a photo of their butt.
I feel like they gave me more homework than I started with, because instead of telling me how to take a picture of my butt, they've now
You'll
told
get
me I have to do inspirational homework. I have to take a community college night class on how to use the phone feature, the camera
Yeah.
features of my phone to the fullest. I have to do a deep self-evaluation of my apparel. Then I have to do internet research to learn the steps on how to take a better Belfie. And then I need to hope that like Postmates is interested in sponsoring my ass on the internet.
Yeah, we're gonna get to a point in the future where like Instagram models are just gonna have like NASCAR style like yoga pants with just like logos on there.
I mean, not everyone's butt is going to be endorsement worthy, and like I have a problem with that last step because I don't want to give someone
Yeah.
false hope. Like,
I also
know
feel
for
like that
myself-
first one was essentially like create a vision board of your Belfie.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for vision boards for your Belfie. All right, I'm gonna have an aneurysm if we keep talking about this anymore. What do you got for us, Russell?
All right, so I got multiple things, but I'll go with this one. Okay, this is a segment that I like to call the Tangled Web I Weave. It's a part of the show where I read you guys some random weird bullshit that I found on the internet, and you have to live with that. Let me just scroll. Okay. So this is a post from the wonderful website that is Reddit, where just all of the best well-educated human beings can be found.
Yep. Well, we're all familiar with Reddit. Proceed.
Actually, I'm
And this is
not
from the.
very familiar with Reddit.
Okay, well, we're not going to spend the time.
You
You don't need to understand the workings of Reddit.
Tune in for next
to
week's
understand
segment
it.
where we explain Reddit to Emily.
Yeah. Okay, so this is from a subreddit, a very very popular one called "Am I the Asshole?"
Okay.
Which is where essentially somebody posts some shitty thing that they did and then ask the internet if they are in fact an asshole. Usually, they're an asshole. Usually, if you have to ask if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Okay. I don't want to read you the title of this. I just want to read you the body because the title kind of spoils it.
Okay.
So here we go. All right. My boyfriend of 5 years has many great traits. But one very weird quirk is that he's convinced OJ didn't do it. He's seen every documentary and miniseries and still thinks OJ is innocent. His explanation of who he thinks did it is probably even crazier than other OJ truthers. But he's not a conspiracy theorist other than this, so mostly I just let it go. Okay, so that's the first part. He spends a lot of time...
All right.
Let me finish
this is not the part where are they an asshole yet or not?
No.
Wait, is the question the question is not if the boyfriend's an asshole?
Yes, it's this person the asshole.
Okay.
We haven't gotten the asshole part.
Oh, well, the boyfriend who thinks OJ didn't do it is an asshole.
Yes, but
Settled.
that's not the question.
Oh, all right. Proceed.
That's not the question. Okay. He spends a lot of time reading about and watching OJ-related content, and it's just become a hobby that I ignored. Here's the meat. That's not in the thing, that's just what I said.
Okay.
He recently self-published a book, unrelated to OJ. It's just science fiction. I read all his drafts and helped him edit. Perhaps narcissistically, I thought I would be the person to whom he dedicated the book. It wasn't
if this
until
motherfucker dedicated his book to O.J. Simpson, I'm gonna shit my pants.
It wasn't... Well, get ready to shit your pants. It wasn't until I ordered it that I opened and saw it was dedicated to fucking OJ.
Oh.
Now, I think it's his right to do whatever he wants. But I wouldn't have been upset if he dedicated it to his mom or something.
Yeah.
But he's never even met OJ. He said that he hoped the book would go big. People would buy it and be thrown off by the dedication, which talks about OJ being innocent. And this would, and I quote, open the Pandora's box to the world. I asked him why not just write a book about OJ, and then he says because it would be harder to market, given he wasn't involved in the case and he isn't in law. So his hope was to write a science fiction book, seemed odd to me because he's not usually a writer, that would, quote, be the next viral novel with the secret agenda of highlighting OJ. He was also hoping OJ himself would see it. I'm aware OJ isn't even in jail. My boyfriend acts like he is. He says even if OJ is free, he's not truly free because people only know him as that man who killed his wife and not as a great athlete. He's telling me none of this affects me, so I'm in the wrong to be so offended. But come on, this just feels like delusion, and it makes me angry that I helped him edit a book and it turned out to be some OJ-related secret plot. The end. Am I the asshole?
I don't... There was no question in there. That was like a novel-length 16 paragraphs of description about how her boyfriend sucks.
And is clearly the asshole.
There's no question. What was the question at the end of all that?
Are you
the asshole for dating?
For being mad. Am I the asshole for being mad that he dedicated it to OJ and not?
Oh, no. I mean, they're not the. I guess. Well, do we know that it's a woman? It could be a man, right? It doesn't say anywhere. So all right. So I don't want to assume that this is necessarily the gender of the writer of this question. So I guess it's sort of, it depends, because they are not the asshole for being mad that their boyfriend dedicated a book to O.J. Simpson. They are an asshole for being mad that a person who would dedicate a book to O.J. Simpson didn't instead dedicate a book to them. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
You're saying like this person should have expected that it would be dedicated to OJ
No,
Simpson?
I'm saying that if this person is dating the type of person who would write a book and dedicate it to OJ Simpson, uh,
You shouldn't be surprised.
more like you. Why would you want a book dedicated to you by a person who would write a book and dedicate it to OJ Simpson?
Yeah, just get out of there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this is not the question, but the answer in this scenario is you need to break up with your boyfriend immediately.
Yeah.
Because he's the worst.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do
So that
I
was-
do like the future world in which like OJ does read this book and like OJ and this person's boyfriend become like great friends, and then like the question asker, they do stay together, and then like the question asker is now having to deal with like OJ comes over for brunch every weekend.
it comes like you, me, and Dupree, but it's you,
But
me,
yeah,
and OJ.
but it's OJ Simpson.
It is. I mean, OJ Simpson, since he's been out of jail, has gotten on Twitter, and the first thing he posted was a video saying he's glad to be on Twitter. He's got a lot of revenge to dish out.
Oh, good old OJ. That affects me, so I'm wrong to be so offended. Yeah.
I think they're the asshole.
I don't think they're the asshole.
I think
Except
that the boyfriend is definitely the asshole in this situation.
They even say it wouldn't even bother me if it was if it was dedicated to his mom or something.
Yeah.
But it was more like you dedicated to OJ Simpson and not me, the one who helped you write and edit the book.
I'd be pissed.
I'm like
I want to know the title of the book.
I was sitting here most of the time that you were reading that, trying to find this book, and I haven't been able to. But I will do some. I'm gonna do some internet research between this week and next week, and we're gonna find this bad boy. There's too many books about OJ Simpson.
Yeah, that's real weird. That's all that's coming.
The best thing is maybe to find the Reddit post and see if anybody found it.
I was looking at the Reddit post. I was trying to see if anybody on Reddit had found it.
If anybody can find it, it's Reddit.
Reddit. Well, if we really want to get to the bottom of this, we got to go to 4chan for it.
Yeah.
To what?
4chan.
Don't worry about it.
Tune in. All right, I know what next week's episode is going to be. Next week's episode is going to be us teaching Emily about the internet, because we've now learned that she doesn't really know what Reddit is, and she does not know what 4chan is.
Yeah.
Which
my friend Emily tried to explain Reddit to me, but I just have never used it, so I don't really know. I don't know.
I will say that when I was looking through the Am I the Asshole subreddit, a lot of it was just horrible crap where people were very obviously the asshole and doing terrible things that were not even remotely funny for me to bring up on this podcast.
Do people then reply and say you are the asshole?
Yes, that's the whole point, is people vote if you're the asshole or they say no asshole.
Gotcha.
That's the whole point.
Okay.
I'm trying to find somebody in the comments of this Reddit thread who does think this person's an asshole.
But it doesn't exist.
It's just you.
What? No, everybody says you're not the asshole, which is what we said. But I want to see what somebody who thinks.
You made an argument that they could be the asshole.
No, I made an argument that they're both assholes.
They're both assholes.
Because if you willingly stay in a relationship with a person with an OJ Simpson fetish, that's something that's not okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I have another Tangle Web I weave, or I can do something else. Do you have anything else, Emily, or do you want me to do something else?
We can do a guy advice.
We've got about 10 minutes. We can maybe do a quick guy advice.
Okay.
Why don't we do one that's kind of relevant to the time?
Okay.
As we're still kind of in quarantine.
Relevant to 9:49?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is related to wearing masks in public.
Oh, I got a story about that too.
Step 1: get inspired.
Make a vision board of your mask.
Okay, so this person asks, They live in a place that requires cloth masks, which is most places nowadays, as well as social distancing. In the grocery store during infrequent trips out, they've noticed people pulling their masks down to their neck, only covering their chin. They've also noticed these people typically don't respect sufficient distance from other strangers. They want to scream at these people. What should they do? So what would you guys do?
I had very similar experiences specifically today. The real answer is I did nothing because I'm not gonna First of all, if you're like a douchebag enough to like not wear a mask during a pandemic, you're probably also the type of person who's gonna like try and fight somebody in a supermarket because they called you out for not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
But specifically today, I was in, I won't say which one. I was in one of like the big like wholesale bulk stores. And there was a guy. He was with his wife, and she was wearing a mask, but he was not. And he sort of like it seemed very clear that like he thought he was too much of a man to wear a mask. And he just like looked like he was all, but also like he definitely looked like a cop. Like he had that look. That he looked like a cop. Also, he was wearing a Yankees shirt, so we already know he's kind of a piece of garbage.
He's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Piece of crap all around. All right.
But like he was like his attitude was like, I'm not wearing a mask and like fight me.
Did he have one with him like around his neck?
I did not see it. No, I did not see one.
I feel like
because how did he get in the store in the first place?
I feel like he must have got in the store and then taken it off.
Which to me is the equivalent of like when like people drive past a cop and they take their seatbelt and they like sort of pull it over them and just like hold it with one hand while they're passing the cop and then like let it go again because they don't want to wear their seatbelt.
Like, just wear a seatbelt, you schmuck. I don't understand being too cool for a seatbelt.
My immediate assumption or my immediate go-to for this is to carry around a slingshot and a small jar of like just the like those like every flavor jelly beans that they have, and like just the like dirt and like vomit and like grass clippings ones, and just make a game of it. Like whenever you see somebody in the grocery store or whatever like breaking the mask rules, just try and fire like a pre-moistened jelly bean directly into their open mouth.
I see a lot of people who don't understand that they need to also cover their nose.
Yes.
And I'm like, I didn't realize this many people were absolute morons and didn't know how to put a mask on their face. Also, one of my favorites that I love is people who pull the mask down over their chin to look at something on the shelf. That's a good one. I've seen that a few times.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. It's usually older people because their vision isn't great, so they're like, "Oh, let me get this mask out of my way so I can see the oat brands."
I would say probably at least 20% of people though don't cover their nose.
Yeah, I see a lot of people not covering their nose, and I don't know how many people like actively put it on. I do know like with me, my mask actively like slips down, so I don't know if it's people who the mask has slipped down and they're too afraid to touch the mask to fix it.
Because you have
or
to
if
know
you're just
it's
stupid.
not on your nose.
Yeah, or if you're just stupid. I don't know.
And I have seen a lot of people wearing them. I can tell when they're medical masks that they're upside down.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people wearing them inside out because the standard ones are blue on the outside and white on the inside, and I see a lot of people with the white outside. A lot of people are dumb.
So you do nothing?
In a perfect world, I would, if I was more of a stranger confrontational person, I would probably shame that person. But also, like, I think if they weren't wearing a mask and they were like actively coughing, I don't think I'd say anything directly to them, but I think I'd go to a manager and be like, I'd Karen it out. I'd be like, that guy's not wearing a mask and he's coughing all over the beans. Like, could you do something? I was also in a supermarket today and saw a guy who was taken his mask off and was carrying it around, and he walked right by a manager, and the manager didn't do anything. And I was like,
That's
well,
crazy to me.
fuck this supermarket.
Can you carry a spray bottle and like a cat? You like go up to him and you just
Cat
like,
pee? Oh, I was gonna say fill the
Spray 'em.
spray bottle
Yeah.
with cat pee.
Oh, I mean, you could do that as well. Or like a can full of pennies and you just shake it at them real hard when you
And
see
I
them
will
not wearing their
say-
mask.
That the supermarket that I was just talking about is a supermarket by you guys.
Okay. Huh. I like the spray bottle idea, and you can just, as you're passing them, be like, "That was my saliva."
Yeah,
And
I
they
think
would
cat
never
pee.
know.
that wouldn't have
Spray bottle
gotten
of cat pee.
that wouldn't have gotten in your nose and mouth had you been wearing your mask, huh, buddy?
Yeah, or like vinegar.
How are those respiratory droplets for
Yeah.
you?
My real answer is that I do nothing because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I
you would do
can't
nothing.
I can't talk to human beings in public on like the best of occasions, let alone
Yeah, that's the thing.
Uh,
Like, if I was to actually do something, if they were actively coughing, I think I would maybe tell a manager or an employee, but I'm not going to confront
Yeah.
somebody. I'm also like, if you're not wearing a mask, I'm not getting close to you.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're not concerned with the health and safety of yourself or others. So the last thing I
Yeah.
need to do is piss off Wild Card Joe over here with his
I
Yankees
saw a
t-shirt.
guy in the
and his
same
reckless
supermarket
abandon.
wearing a custom mask that had a picture of Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey, and it said, "Fuck you, Phil." That was
Oh.
his mask. He
Okay.
was wearing
Oh,
in just like
God.
a public supermarket with children.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Good.
Was it homemade? Like, how did he even get that?
I don't know. It looked too good for like schlubby
That's the type of thing that
white
like
guy to have made.
an algorithm made on the
On
internet
on
and like
Facebook.
served to him as an
Yeah.
ad,
Oh.
and he bought it
Yeah.
without any human ever designing that product.
And it probably
Mm.
came from China.
Yeah, it's like it definitely like like Facebook knows he's liked a few too many Trump support pages, so it was like, all right, well we know we can serve the like the douche ads to this guy.
Yeah,
'cause
Yeah,
that'll
he
be
likes
right
a
up
lot
his
of
alley.
Facebook page like he likes a lot of Facebook page like Phil Murphy is a butt clown and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Suckitsnowflakes.org or whatever. Alrighty, well, on that depressing note, why don't we call an end to tonight's episode of the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast? As it's been about an
Yes.
hour.
Unlike
And-
the title suggests, the podcast is in fact stoppable because it's about to stop right now.
we do
Theoretically,
have lives outside of this.
stoppable. Well, we may be stopping, but the pigeon, much like the
Never
Energizer
does.
Buddy, will continue to go on and on. So, thank you for joining us. We will catch you next time, right here on the Unstoppable Pigeon podcast.
Toodles.
Jesus Christ.